I cover East Lancashire, Rosendale, Pendle, Burnley, Ribble Valley and Hyndburn, and we deliver a programme of physical and mental wellbeing activities to keep people aged 50 plus healthy and well.
I think it's sad that you find so many live on their own, and they are in need, aren't they? Someone helping them.
There's always older people that are socially isolated. Sometimes those people may live in towns, they may live around people, but they don't actually join in anything, and that might be through choice, which is absolutely fine. Sometimes they're not aware of it. Sometimes older people might be a bit nervous about going out and going to places on their own. Other times it's because they live in rural areas and transportation's an issue and they can't get to things. So sometimes we try and do things, we spread our activities about, we try and go to the villages and put things on there in the village halls or a church hall where they're perhaps more familiar with, and encourage people to use those types of venues. We have a whole range of activities that people can join in, and they include yoga, belly dancing, computer lessons, walking football, keep fit, chair-based exercises, painting classes. Wherever we feel that there's a need and what people are telling us that they'd like to do, we try and set those up across the district.
And I come on the bus into Clitheroe, and I find it does take the loneliness away, because you can get very lonely living in a village on your own. So I find it's a great help, and you meet nice people as well.
Because it gives an opportunity for people to come together, not only to do some physical exercise, but very often afterwards they'll have a cup of tea and a biscuit, and that's when we can give them information about winter warmth or anything like that, or they can just have a chat between themselves. And what we do find over a period of time is that friendships develop between them, and very often they meet each other outside of the group. They might go away for the weekends, or they might go out for a meal in the evenings, things like that, and some of them become real lifelong friends, and you're finding that they're phoning each other up during the week and checking on them. So it really does meet a good need for social isolation, and particularly the walking football for men is often men don't tend to join in a lot of our activities. I think we cater a lot more for ladies. It's not intentional, but that's just the way how it seems to be. So something like walking football, which is much more probably popular with men, gets them out of the house. Some of the men that come to this group live alone. So it's nice for them. They have a cup of tea and a bit of a chat afterwards as well. So it's company as well as them getting fit. Of course, physical exercise is very important because we want to keep people away from hospital and prevent falling. And if they're doing exercise on a regular basis, then that's likely to help prevent falls and things and accidents in the home or outside.
I haven't played football for many years and I have a love of it. So I just thought, well, it's slower pace, but it gets you back playing. Plus, it's the social side of it. You meet plenty of friends, meet new friends, and it's a good workout because believe you me, when you come off, even though it's walking football, you're really sweating. So it's a good workout and it does you good physically.
Yeah, I come mainly for the exercise. I mean, I'm not particularly skillful at football, but doing this is far better than being on my own upstairs in the gym on the treadmill. I get probably more exercise here than I would do spending an hour up there. And I enjoy the company. I meet some nice people, and actually, I'm learning some skills, even at my age.
Yeah. In a wider context as well, forgot to mention this before, that a lot of people when they're 65, they think that's it and they put their feet up. It's the worst thing you can do. So it's for looking at it in a wide way, it's giving people who've retired from work another sport what they can take up and another interest.
We also have a befriending service for people who are socially isolated, and they're volunteers that go into people's homes and have a chat and a cup of tea, and they do that on a regular basis. So again, that's another opportunity to develop really kind of close, long-term relationships.
There's a lot of pressures that people could face within the winter months, particularly social isolation, feeling a little isolated if they're in the property on their own, little connection with family, friends, neighbours, inability to go out if mobility is a problem, to be able to access food and resources, but also affordability. Can they afford their gas and electricity to be able to heat their homes? And also insulation of their properties, you know, if they've not had insulation, cavity wall, how can we respond as a charity to support people to remain as independent as possible during the colder weather?
So through Natasha's help, coming into my home, she taught me through the services that Age UK provided,
Also, I was meeting people. I went to the lifestyle centre, had meals, cups of coffee and just a general chit-chat, and you feel as though you're part of the community. It's helped me immensely. When I first got in touch with AUKL, I was very reticent about going out. Mobility was bad. Since then, things have been on the up, and I can only praise them.
Come to have an easy time. I go on Thursday with my wife, and it's a hard time.
You need to keep fit.
91 years of age, and I've never done exercises for years and years because I can't stand for many minutes, seconds at a time. But I've sat in this chair and exercised. I've felt everyone. I've really enjoyed it, and I'm definitely coming back again. You know, I've had such a marvellous day all day today.
We need a 5 now for the head.
I had to stay off for a few weeks and I really missed it. Yeah, I miss the people.
Oh, fantastic! Just to talk, because I must manage more talking and learn to talk, because I lost my memory altogether. I just had to, people had to help me. So this sort of thing is absolutely marvellous for me to come several times in the week. So that's why I'm here.
2, 4, 3.
Yeah!
The groups that are here today, a lot of them have been coming for a while. So they're quite, to know what they have various computers. I usually find after a while that it's quite social active, you see, because we tend to more think that a lot of people get to know everybody else, they're chatting with the people that they come every week. So it's quite a lot of social activity within the groups.
Well, I come because I needed to learn how to use an iPad because I hadn't a clue, and I was quite frightened of it to begin with, but I'm getting more used to it, and we come for like a social thing as well. We have a nice little natter and really enjoy it.
Yeah.
What if one doesn't know something, the other one might, so we communicate together and we learn quite a bit, I think.
Very good, very helpful.
Help to run the group because it helps me really. When I first started, I thought I was helping them, but as I found over the time, actually they're helping me. It helps me with social activity as well, because I'm not really a social active person, but it helps me interact with other people and what they are doing in their social lives as well. And it helps in a lot of ways, really.
Now, at the moment, we are working on a reaching community project. Again, we are focusing BME community. My role is I work with the men and working around mental well-being, because we found the people are isolated. People are kind of socially cut off, and there are many reasons for that.
In the Asian communities particularly, we found that a lot of the family members have moved away, they've lost partners, and this has caused social isolation within the home, and they felt that they needed something to take part in to keep them going.
Shahid asked us if I like to come here, and join the group, and certain activity, like physio, and it was good. I enjoyed, and like mixing with different people, going out.
Me and my husband, we came because I have 5 children, but they all left. Some of them got married, some of them left for jobs. So we find it really helpful to come and meet people and sit together and have a laugh and everything. And we enjoyed it, every minute of it, So we're still enjoying it, and it's a good thing for people who are living alone, lonely people, to come and join us. And I always encourage whoever I see to come and join us, because it's a really good thing.
If people have problems or are not well for whatever reason, they're able to come and talk about it, and I think that's very important. If anybody has depression or anything, they come and they talk about it. We talk about things together, and I think that's quite important as a group, as well as socialising. But I think for people who don't have many friends, I think it's something like this is vital, to come and talk through things, discuss if they've had a bereavement in the family, whatever they discuss. I think, it's really, we need AUKL very much.
So we fundraise to enable us to work and support older people across Lancashire, and that's done in a number of different ways really. It helps with our community engagement work, setting up groups, maybe looking into rural areas where people are more isolated, and being able to help us reach those people. I would urge people to come forward, and if you have a challenge you want to do, or if you belong to a business, we'd love to hear from you and see how we can work together in the future.